R. Kelly is spending more time in prison after being sentenced federally for an enticement of minors for.
Born as Robert Sylvester Kelly on the 8th of January in 1967, Chicago-hailed R. Kelly is a famous singer, songwriter, and record producer. Before stardom came knocking on his door, he was part of the R&B group Public Announcement during the early 1990s, but that was just the start as he went solo afterwards. Since then, he has received many nominations for Grammy Awards. Some of the hits which he has produced, which you may have heard, are I Believe I Can Fly and Ignition. So, why did his career go so well? The answer lies in his unique style of production, genre-bending music, and innovative strategies. These created a standard for an entire generation of artists, including Mariah Carey and Usher. Furthermore, the collaborative works he has shared with other artists like Michael Jackson and Lady Gaga further cemented him as a versatile producer who does not follow the trends, but makes hits on his own accord. If you're not familiar, he was active in the business for more than 2 decades. So when did it all go wrong? Join me as we down memory lane. Here it goes. Actually, R. Kelly's fall from grace began way back. The singer first faced complaints of offenses in the early 2000s, with allegations accusing him of engaging in and taping acts with minor girls. He was cleared of charges in 2008, but the troubles persisted. In 2019, Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly saw several women accusing him of or exploiting them. The series drew international attention and brought fresh scrutiny to the claims against the artist. Furthermore, the federal indictment in July 2021 alleged that Kelly headed a criminal enterprise that engaged in racketeering and trafficking. Based on the claims, the crimes were committed by R. Kelly and his team, in which they recruited women, which included underage girls, for. Then his team would use his entourage to isolate victims during their encounters and train the girls on what they would need to do and say before meeting him. Some women came forth saying they were confined to a residential area and they were not permitted to leave without his permission. After a thorough criminal investigation, R. Kelly is finally sentenced to 30 years in prison. According to the presiding judge, he should serve a minimum term of 25 years before he could be considered for parole due to the level of danger he posed. Now that R. Kelly is currently in prison, what has happened to his homes and cars? Knowing that his career spanned for more than 2 decades, we all know that his wealth had allowed him to buy lavish mansions, expensive vehicles, and other pricey possessions. So, keep watching as we dive deeper into the story. The future of R. Kelly's former mansion has taken a dark turn since the singer was jailed for his crimes. The home, which was located in the upscale Chicago suburb of Olympia Fields, is a $2.9 million mansion that was a hallmark of his wealth back when he was one of the hottest stars in pop culture. The sprawling $5 million estate was luxurious to say the least, with a private recording studio and an indoor pool. Its large grounds are ideal for high-profile events, but as Kelly's legal problems mounted, so did his money issues. The mansion slipped into foreclosure in 2013 after Kelly failed to fulfill a $2.9 million loan. The estate began to deteriorate and fall into disrepair over time. Legendary as it was, the place had a hard time selling, probably because of whatever ghosts are haunting that house, but also largely due to it being linked with the singer's very controversial and tragic reputation. Ultimately, his mansion was bought in 2020 for a little over $1.1 million. With the place that Kelly created some of his biggest jack-swinging hits and even bigger stars, how was it reduced to this? The mansion, which was once a symbol for what he had made, is now a weight on the city, and apparently, it even provided cover for pimps to traffic women across state lines. As flashy and opulent as his life was, R. Kelly's car collection rivaled only the best in his heyday in music. His luxury cars represented his riches and splendor, which revealed Kelly's appreciation for high-end brands and speeding cars. Kelly spent money on a collection that was diverse, comprising Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Lamborghini, and Mercedes-Benz, symbolizing comfort and speed respectively. One of the crown jewels of Kelly's collection is his Rolls-Royce Phantom, which is the meaning of luxury. It is priced at around $450,000 and offers plush interiors with lush leather, exquisite wood finishes, and innovative technology. Not only does it represent elegance, but also sheer power because its V12 engine allows for a silky smooth, very quiet ride. The car has made it into the favorite of celebrities, R. Kelly included. Furthermore, he had a Lamborghini Gallardo. It was approximately priced at $200,000, give or take. The Gallardo comes out with a mighty V10 engine and accelerates at 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4 seconds, showing Kelly's love for speed and showmanship. As you would expect, this car garnered attention wherever he rode it. He also owned many Bentley Continental GTs, one of the most famous cars associated with glory and sophistication. These cars are priced at a minimum $200,000. They are manufactured with handcrafted interiors, high-tech systems, and a W12 power plant. Many celebrities were influenced by the Bentley Continental GT styling, which further proved that R. Kelly was indeed a renowned and influential artist. Despite the grandeur of his collection, however, the fates of these vehicles have not exactly been as spectacular. As Kelly's problems continued to stack up, many of his cars rusted away or were sold off to pay his mounting debts. His financial troubles led to repossessions, with some luxury vehicles selling for just a fraction of their original price at auction. Since R. Kelly is a high-profile inmate, he likely faces strict routines and isolation from fellow prisoners and the staff. As sad as it is, his daily life is marred with limited freedom and minimal privacy. He may receive rehabilitation, but the grim reality is that he will never fully be free of the consequences of his acts. In a nutshell, his future years are a life of imprisonment, sad reflection, and burden of his legacy. As for his victims, some of them have become activists, expressing themselves as a mean of representing other survivors and fighting for improvements in laws concerning abuse and human trafficking. Unfortunately, so far, many of them are still struggling with the psychological issues of going through their ordeals such as PTSD, anxiety, and depression. This harsh journey that R. Kelly has proved that despite the tragic destiny that his career has gone to, it's a way for his victims to earn their justice and spread awareness on all the challenges that they've had to face in the hands of a dangerous predator. The destiny of R. Kelly is a very tragic tale of marred legacy that is now just full of consequences and controversy. He was a multimillionaire music icon who once topped the industry, but is now just constantly facing massive financial and legal troubles. At the height of his career, R. Kelly reportedly earned more than $100 million from music, performances, and production work. His lavish lifestyle, legal battles, and mounting costs of settlements with victims gradually ate into his fortune. Just when he needed more and more cash, his problems skyrocketed after his indictment on different charges were finalized. Sources estimate that he now stands with a net worth of around -$2 million. The tragedy lies in the contrast between his former high-profile status as a now celebrated artist and now a convicted felon struggling to make financial ends meet, but by choices made along the way. If you liked this video, please check out other videos from the channel.